Hello children, warm welcome to the second class of Vedic Maths. I'm sure you must have understood the concept that's taught in class 1. So in this class, we will be focusing on first sutra, that is poorana apooranaabhyam. The blunt translation of this sutra means in English by the completion or non completion. So when we say complete, we have to have a reference. Okay, so this sutra has wide application across mathematics, in geometry, in algebra, but we will limit our discussion to addition to keep it simple. Okay, so what does this purana apooranaabhyam mean? So this sutra emphasizes on our ability to see and use the wholeness. What does wholeness mean? In our previous session, we saw 1 and 9 makes it a 2, 10, 2 and 8 makes it a 10, and so on. So if we take 10 as a whole in this case, so we have to start looking for numbers that makes it a 10. So let's add this. 16 plus 4. In traditional method, the way we are taught in our schools, how do we do this? We add ones first. A 6 and a 4 makes it a 10. We put the 0 in the unit place and we carry over the 1 to the tens place, right? Then we add the carryover and the tens place digit, and the answer is 20. How do we do it in the Vedic maths way? Now think this way. We already have a 10 in the 16, right? And if we add up the single digits, 6 and a 4 makes it a 10. So adding the tens up, 10 and a 10 makes it a 20. It's simple, isn't it? So let's look at another problem. Add this 25 and a 5. 25 has a 20 in it. 5 and a 5 makes another 10. So 20 and a 10 makes it 30. So try these. Okay, they're pretty simple, right? So just give it a try. Now let's increase the complexity. Okay, let's try adding 15 and 35. So traditionally, how do we do this? Traditionally, we add the ones 5 and a 5 makes it a 10. We put a 0 out in the units place, then we carry over the 1, then we add the carryover plus the tens places. We get the answer 50. 1 plus 1 plus 3 makes it a 5, right? So how do we do it in Vedic maths way? By now you would have understood, right? 15 has a 10 in it, 35 has a 30 in it. So adding up, it makes 40, right? Then the units places 5 and a 5 makes another 10. So 40 and a 10 makes it 50. And remember, we are doing all this in our mind, right? Initially you can put it down on the paper, but over practice you can do it in the mind within few seconds. Okay, now did you identify or did you notice something here? We are adding from left to right, from tens to ones. So in school, we have been accustomed to add from units place to highest order in the reverse manner, right? So this is a shift in thinking that comes only by practice. We are doing it from the left to right, highest order to the units place. Okay, so do practice these with your school maths as well, and see if you realize that you're adding up faster than before. Okay, and do try these as well. Okay, just for an example, 260 plus 43, you can identify the tens pair here. 6 and a 4 that's there in the tens place makes it a 10, or it makes 100 because it's there in the tens place. So you simply add 100 to the hundreds place. So 260 becomes 360 and you retain the units place. So answer is 363. 3, yeah. 303. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is the lesson for today. And before we wind up, let's have a small story session. Okay, so in the previous class we saw, right, our Bharata was a huge continent, right? In those days, right, we had lot of numerous Sanskrit scriptures across widespread subjects like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, whatnot. They say some 64 subjects were there, white subjects were there, and India had text references for all of them, numerous. Okay, in ancient India. So the neighboring continents or countries, right, is China, Arabs, Europeans. They all wanted to learn this knowledge and they wanted these to be translated to their local language. So uh, just the way you see today, people going to US, UK, Germany for higher studies, people from these countries were flocking in India for higher studies. Okay, so in this reign, the kings of those countries, China, Arab, Europe, what they wanted is they wanted to translate as much knowledge that's there in Sanskrit to their local language. So they offered good amount of money to these Indian scholars who were well versed in Sanskrit and in these subjects to relocate to these countries, and there are a lot of translation that happened to the local language. So until 1200 or 1300 AD, that is some 600, 700, 800 years back, India was the most sought place for higher studies. After that, with Mughal invention, there were a lot of destructions in the universities and the scriptures were burnt. And when British took over, they altered the education system of ours and we lost lots and lots of knowledge. But these knowledge still reside in the West and we think they invented, discovered everything. So, with this, we come to the end of this session. Just to summarize what we learned the sutra, first sutra, pooranaabhyam, its application to the simple addition. We kept 10 as the base. We had some practices for with 100 as the base as well, right? And we started adding from left to right. And do practice these problems. We'll be posting practice problems daily. Do solve them daily. Daily practice will help you improve your speed. Okay, and please do drop in your feedback on the session and as well as the content over the website. Please do post your answers as well. Thank you.